Okay, so according to the drawing, it is 4625 from the back edge of the 5/32 hex. So that goes to the shoulder, and that's 3/16 diameter. So I already set that up on the lathe, and I have 4625 zeroed out here. Let me actually do that. Let's see, X. Okay, and then I can keep coming back to that 4625. I have I'm zeroed out on depth of cut. This is 3125, and I need to go down to 250. So what is that? 3125 minus 255. It's 16th, so a 32nd. 3125 in on the depth of cut, which I call the Y. Then I got the X travel set to finish off at 0. Come across here, and this stops. I want it to stop right there. So let's go for it. Yeah, that's 254. Another 2 thou light in. No, that's spot on. 250. I don't know if that is showing the camera or not. Kind of hard to see. Hard time focusing. That's right on 250. Okay, now the threads on the end, 1/4 28. I think I have to anneal, temper the top part to cut the threads. Never tried cutting threads in something that's hardened. I don't think it'll work. So what I'm going to do is scrap piece of aluminum, drill and ream a 3/16 hole in the aluminum, push this into the aluminum. It'll be just a kind of a slip tight fit, hopefully. Tight slip fit, I should say. And then I'm going to heat this up with a torch, get it red hot and let it cool. Hopefully the heat sink will keep this from losing its hardness. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, I got that drilled and reamed. Pretty close fit. Piston fit almost. Okay, so I'm going to heat this up. Try to get it, it's MAP gas. Try to get it red hot on the tip. Okay, I set up everything for 1/4 28 threading. I put the dicom on it and double checked it with the pitch gauge. Everything's good. Let's see, this camera might show better. Try to get in front here. Where are we at? Let me try to. Okay, this is the piece. See how small it is. You can see where the heat got to. So it's pretty much safe over here where my thumb is. So hopefully this is soft enough to thread. There's one in there now that gets the right hand 1/4 28. This one I have in my hand now, this gets a left hand 1/4 28. I found a chart online too. I normally never use my compound to thread because it's just easier to read the DRO. But I found this chart, I'm showing this camera. Let's see, a little easier to read maybe here. But it's threading with the compound readings. So it tells you the thread per inch, like 80, 72, 64, so on. And then it tells you how many passes you should do and the reading you should be each time. So you'd start like, okay, we're going to do a 28, 1/4 28. So the first pass would be 14 thou deep off the compound, and then you'd move it to 19.8, not plus, you just move it. So that's what, 5, almost 6 thou. And then 24, 28, 31. So I'm going to try this, and I'm going to be checking that nut that I have as I go to make sure that it works. So I'd hate to mess this up after all this work. But if this chart works, it'll be good for, from showing 80 threads per inch down to 10 threads per inch. And it's quick reference. I guess I'm ready to go. So I did my scratch pass, looks good. So I'm going to move my dial to, now this is semi-hardened. I don't know if it's quite annealed. So it's saying 14. Let's just try 7 to start with. There's 7 on the compound. Let's see how it goes. Put a little oil on there. Seemed to cut just fine. Okay, we'll go to that 14 thou. I might take smaller steps than that's on that paper since this is harder. So saying go to 19.8 for the next one. Well, we'll go to 17. And I'm going to speed it up, try to get a little better finish. That's about 770. Okay, go to 20. A little more oil. And 24, we'll go 24. Yeah, I want to see how close we're getting. Is it saying I still got another 7th thou to go on the radius? See how hard that is. I'm gonna hit that with the file since I didn't create a lead-in edge. Yeah, it kind of still skates. Cuts a little, but you can tell it's hard. Go to 26. That's a good fit right there. That was 27 thou in. It's calling for 31, but I want a tighter fit than that. Yeah, glad I didn't just take their word for it. That's a nice fit. 27 it is. Now for the left hand thread, I should just be starting where I ended on the right hand thread and moving the carriage to the right. So everything's set up. I just got to get my depth set on the cross slide, and then compounds at 0. Just want to touch. Okay. Okay, I think it's touching there. Let's see. Yep. Okay, in, 5 thou in, to the right. 5 thou in, to the right. Put a little oil on her. Five thou in, to the right. That's 27 thou. That should be it. 27 thou. Okay. Take it off threading. Okay. Next part's real simple. It's a 3/16 rod, 680 thou long, with a 632 tapped hole through it. So I'll just try to blow through this. This brass. I don't think this is supposed to be a press, just a tight fit. So I got to come down a little more until I get that in there. Okay, now I gotta take it to the mill and drill a hole. So take the collet out, put it in a collet block, and come back. Pretty hard to focus on that. I turned that down. I'm a few thousandths under, but it's this outer ring, and that's purely, it's pretty much decorative. It's shoulder for it to stop on, but there's nothing that says that has to be exactly 5/16. If I'm a couple thou under, it's not going to hurt anything. So I'll continue. So it looks like I need to come down to 240 in the front. And let's see, how far would that be? 5250 minus a few dimensions. I'll have to put that on the calculator here. Oop, right there. I'm looking for around 240. See how much more I have to go. 50 thou. The wall's going to get pretty thin there. There we go. You can get an idea. Come on. Get an idea how small that is. Okay, I checked the drawing and it's good. So now I'm going to part this off. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just going to part this off. And then I'll put it in a 3/8 collet. So I got it all set up. Run slow. I got the Daikin on it. I'm gonna have to, since I got a center on this end, I got no way to check the thread, like throwing a nut on there. So I'm gonna have to go by the book on this one. I have to actually look it up. I haven't looked it up yet. And I'm just gonna test it now. Come in and make sure I'm set up for 32 threads. Stop on the phone. Okay. I need this down to 188. I'm at nearly 229. Mic's still charging, but just got to make a knob here. It's pretty small. I won't be able to do this behind the camera. Oh, there we go. Tiny parts. Spindle housing lock screw. It's the longer of the two. There's two of them. Hate to set this all up for threading just to break it back down for the other one, but I don't want to have to try to dial that in. I gotta cut it now, unfortunately. I don't see really another way. Yeah, that's where I want it, pretty much. Okay, there's my new 0. I'm gonna dig into this a little bit here. My start point is 20. Okay, bring it back to 5. I have 1. Let it dwell there a second. Another 5. Okay, what I'm starting to make here is the levers. Let's see here. So what I started with, a couple little pieces here that I milled to the thickness I wanted and rough width, and then I drilled my 1/4-inch hole and reamed it. Trying to come up with a good way to profile this without taking, too long. So I thought, well, I got a pin here. If I put a pin through both of them and then set them in the vise. Let's see, move this out of the way. So I can use these parallels. Yeah, that's okay. So what I'm going to do is pivot this. I'll have to lay out where I want it, but I'll pivot it, clamp it down, and then cut the angle. If I remember right, this was 12. Yeah, right here, 12.3 degrees. So a little over 6 degrees on each. I might just use. Might cheat. I'm not gonna figure that out real close because it's just a lever. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do. So that's close enough. Half of 1233, 610. That's close as I can get with that, and that's that's plenty close enough. So now I just have to come across with the end mill and shave down to where I might have to use a feeler gauge or something to get my offset from that hole, because that's a 1/4 inch and the radius on, let's see, it's 3/16, radius 3/8. Okay, so it's a 16th. There's a 16th left, 62 thousandths left all on both sides. Take it to the sander for a second. Not too bad. Pretty consistent. Thinner towards the pin, thicker at the end. See if I can come up with something for that now. Let's see if that holds. This way I can put them in the lathe and do the turning, do that relief with a button cutter. I think would be good. Between a triangle and a button cutter, I should be able to get it. I believe I'll be able to traverse like this, very light cuts out to the edge until I'm happy with the profile. That's my thinking anyway. I'll square this up better. Shouldn't matter much, but okay, we gotta make sure we got room. Okay, give her hell. Start in the middle, see what it's going to act like. Put a little tension. I need to know where to stop. Probably a little further. I'm going to say right there. Okay, so let's see if this will focus. This is one of the handles. Turned out pretty good. I cheated. I wound up taking it to the grinder and then using a Dremel on it. Still needs a little bit of work, but not too bad. Hopefully you can see that okay. So that's fine. And then I made up, finished making the spindles. Well, finished the sizes. This here is just under a half, so it can rotate in a 1/2 inch bore. And this is out here. This is 615 thou, because there's two of them, and the centers are 5/8, 625. So they're 615 just to allow a little bit of clearance between the two so they don't rub. So next I gotta bore a 3/8 hole in the small end, a 1/2 inch end, 3/8 bore and 3/8 deep. That's what I'm going to start on now. So see you back at the lathe.